You should stop putting a lot of money into a savings account every month. Putting money in a savings account is an old idea that will make you less wealthy in the long run. When interest rates were high, it could make you rich, but now that they are low, it is not a good investment because you will lose money and buying power over time. We'll talk about why putting money in a savings account will make you poorer and cost you money. Lastly, we'll talk about what you can do with your money to make it grow and make you rich. Inflation. People often say that inflation is the slow loss of buying power. When we talk about inflation, we usually break it down into groups and compare the prices of the same goods or services to what they were last year. Money loses value over time due to inflation, which is one reason why you shouldn't put money in a savings account. As you can see from the graph of consumer prices in the United States, inflation is always above zero. This means that it costs more each year to buy the same amount of things, even if you put your money in a savings account with a high return. Most of the time, their interest rates are lower than the inflation rate, which means that you will still be a little bit poorer every year. You can see this for yourself by looking at the interest rate your bank gives on a savings account. If you have a mortgage, you may get a better offer because you have an account to equalize your mortgage interest, but it will still be worse than investing them. The same thing can be seen in how prices change over time for consumers based on the buying power of the dollar. When we think about how much a dollar was worth in January 1913, we can say that it was worth a whole dollar. But the dollar's buying power has gone down over time. What was worth $1 in 1913 is now worth only a little more than 3 cents. If we just look at the last 10 years, from May 2012 to the present, we can see that. We can see that the value of a dollar has gone down by more than 20%. In May 2012, a dollar was worth about 79 cents. Don't stop printing money. The Federal Reserve keeps printing money, which is another reason why the purchasing power index goes down and why you shouldn't put money in a savings account. When the 2008 to 2009 financial crisis hit, the Federal Reserve started printing a lot of money, and they did it again when the corona breakout started. In general, the machine is always running and printing more money, which means that more and more dollars are coming into the market. When more dollars come into the market, the value of the dollars that are already there goes down. Some of the reasons why Warren Buffett said the following. The one thing I will tell you is the worst investment you can have is cash. Everybody is talking about cash being king and all that sort of thing. Cash is going to become worthless over time. Cash will lose its worth over time until it is worthless. So, what can we do with our money so that it keeps its value over time and, if we do it right, may even go up in value? Here, we'll go over it. People used to save them in order to get rich. Once upon a time, if you wanted to get rich, you could just put your money in a savings account and let time do the rest. In 1976, interest rates on savings accounts were about 15%, which made it possible to get $1,500 back from saving $10,000. With enough savings, it was possible to get a lot of passive income from savings accounts. Today, the interest rate for high-yield savings is less than 1%, which means that if you invest $10,000, you will get less than $100 back. That 1% is also less than the rate of inflation, so your buying power will go down over time. So, even if you put your money in a savings account and feel rich over time, you won't be able to buy more luxury items than you could before. Negative interest rates. Several countries offer negative interest rates on savings a year ago. This means that if you have more than a certain amount of money saved, the bank will take some of it each year as interest. Negative interest rates will speed up the loss of buying power because you will lose money to both the bank and inflation every year. Even though a lot of people were upset and didn't like the change, it was really a good thing for a lot of people because they started to look for other ways to spend their money. If the bank hadn't started taking money out of people's pockets, they might not have started looking for other ways to invest. Enough to start a fund for emergencies. Just put enough money in your savings account to be able to use it as an emergency fund in case something bad happens. A good rule of thumb is to have enough money saved for 6 months' worth of bills. Then, if something happens and you need to fix your car, go to the hospital, or can't work for a long time, you won't have to get a high-interest loan to pay for it because you have an emergency account. This way, you won't get into a lot of debt, and the rest of your money will still be working for you to grow your wealth and bring in more money over time. Invest in yourself. The best thing to invest in is yourself, because you can't lose what you know, and if you learn more, you might be able to make more money each month. Putting money into yourself is the same as putting money into more information that you can use to do better. This could be anything that can help you get better. It could be a seminar or course that teaches you a new skill you can use at work to make more money, or it could be a class that teaches you how to invest your money in assets. It might be a good idea to learn how to invest in assets from someone who has already done it, so that you don't lose all of your money on a bad choice. Keep in mind, though, that making mistakes is okay, because it helps us learn as we go. Just be sure to spread your investments out in the beginning so that your early mistakes don't have a big effect on your savings and you can use your mistakes to your advantage. Invest in assets. When you know how to invest in assets, you should put aside a big chunk of your monthly savings to invest in other assets whose value will go up over time. This will help you get richer and buy more in the future. It could be anything that interests you. It's a good idea to be interested in anything you invest in, so it will be easy to learn how it works by studying it. Whether someone invests in stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate, or something else is up to them, and we can see that all of these have been used by a lot of people to get rich. Choose the one that works best for you and stick with it at first. This will make it much easier for you to get into the details and figure out how to use it to your benefit. When you buy assets, time will work for you instead of against you, and you can sit back and watch your money grow on its own. Do you save too much money these days, or do you know how to invest in yourself or your assets? Which would be a better place to put your money right now? You or your possessions? Do you want to learn any skills that you don't have yet? Leave a comment below telling us what you want to invest in, and we'll try to get you to do it. We're here to help people with personal finance, so if you are interested in more topics like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified when we release a new video which might help you on your journey.